Okay, I am going to attempt to make a training video. All right, so here's what we're going to be starting with. Okay, we're going to be starting with so this is the data of the images that I sent. First of all, I'm going to show you the video, the training images. Excuse me. I'll move that over there. This that I sent you are the raw images, and please forgive the fact that I sent these to you in HEIC format, or at least they are in that format for this tutorial. Normally, I will always send them to you as JPG. I will have already run them through the converter tool. I may have forgotten to do that in this case, but in this case, we're going to look at what the regular auction stuff looks like when I'm trying to add it. So now I'm going to show you, so this is the auction 264 training data. The images that I sent you were 61 through 500. This is the actual finished catalog here. This is the lot number. Then we write in the description. Then we write in the condition. And if possible, we write the UPC code or model number here. The next one that we're going to come across is a rug. We don't know the UPC code. Then we're going to go against this heavy bed steel frame. And I'm going to have to teach my staff to better show the UPCs. So I'll be working on that. But let's go through and look at a few. So let's go down and look at the photos that I sent, okay? So here we go. I'm going to click on this one. And it's going to expand it. Now, I'd like it to be a little bit smaller so that I can still type here. Let me see if I can scoop this over a little bit for this training thing. Over, and I'm going to go a bit down. Okay, so again, you can see this is our cheat sheet. This is the actual catalog, so that you get an idea. Now, I'm going to look at this image and figure out how we got from here to this finished product. All right, so I am going to zoom in on this. And because I've zoomed in, that might be a little bit too much. So let me take it down just a little bit. This is what I'm interested in seeing. Now, I know that that's lot 61, and it says, unfortunately, I can't do both at the same time. It says, it's too bad, but when I did that, and you guys have to bear with me because I'm learning this myself. So unfortunately, I can't type at the same time. And so you might be better looking at the information on a smartphone, but of that I'm not sure. So let me take this and let's just show you if I was going to crop this. I don't need all this other stuff. So I could do this. And this. And that way they know exactly what the lot is, right? So I could go ahead and just, save that, right? Or I could, save it as 61-2, which is what it's going to be. Save as. And wherever you're going to put it, let's just say that in this case, and again, I'd have to change this to JPEG, so there's a few problems with this explanation, but this would be 61-2. The reason for that is when I'm uploading the images, this one has to take a second spot to the stock image that will be numbered 61. So you cannot name this picture 61 because 61 is already taken, hopefully, with the stock image. And if 61 is not already taken, your 61-2 will become the front runner since there's nothing in front of it. But it has to have the -2 to give a beautiful stock image the chance. And I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So, but let's just say here that we were going to type in miscellaneous window lot. It's got blinds and a rod in it, and it's mixed condition. Again, if I needed to, I could zoom in on that and say, okay, so this is a miscellaneous window lot of blinds. I wonder if I had Excel open, could I type while still having the picture up? I don't know the answer, so you're seeing me do this So maybe that's a better way to go. So let me just kind of show you again here. And again, I'm sorry that so again, we are looking at, and I need this all the way down so that you can see the lot number. And obviously that's going to change with every image. So this is tricky. So let me try it this way. Okay, I'm going to move this over. I'm going to flatten that one. And then I'm going to drag this up. Okay, so let's just say that this became 61. Okay. Okay, so this is image 61. And its title, which can only be 5 to 6 words, is it's a miscellaneous window blinds lot. Also, because we don't know the condition, we colored it yellow. Generally, if something's in new condition, this note will be pink. In this case, it's yellow, which generally means it's mixed condition or it's previously owned with signs of use. So on this one, because we can see that it says that it's mixed condition. And I also noticed that it says blinds and a rod. So I'm going to write here, blinds, rod, mixed condition, which is what they meant here by mixed, C-O-N-D. See that? Their handwriting's a little bit bad, but this is just the initials of the person who checked it in, so you don't need to worry about that. It's a miscellaneous window lot. It's blinds and a rod, and it's mixed condition. Now, if we could see its UPC code, we'd write it here. But because this is a lot of two things, we wouldn't write two UPC codes. So in this case, we can skip that line. Okay, so then I'm going to go to my next image. Okay, now this one is, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, excuse me, let me scroll down and then let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so this is lot 62, and again, these can already be pre-written, that's fine. 62 is, looks like it's a size 7 by 10. Again, this IR, that's the person who checked it in, so don't worry too much about that. I'll tell them to start putting it in the bottom right corner so it doesn't confuse you. Also, I think that they should have not covered up this information here to leave you as much as possible, because I don't know that we have enough information to go off of. We can't see the UPC anywhere, but we can see that it's a Sophia collection 7 by 10 foot rug, right? So we are going to put, I don't like to start with letters. So instead of putting 7 by 10 area rug like this, I don't want it to start with that. I want it to start with area rug Sophia collection 7 by 10. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had my num lock on. If I can fix that. Sorry about that. And then this, size 7 by 10. Now, because I need a little bit more room, I could write there that it says that the color is blue. Also, because this tag is pink and there's nothing else written, I know that its condition is new because of the pink color code. Now, if I did know its UPC, I would write it there, but I don't. Now, here I'm going to scroll down to the next one. Also, in this case, if you were going to crop it, you can do this. Okay. There. Okay. And then I would, let's say, save this as, I'm going to save a copy just to show you. Saving that as, and that one would be 62-2. Again, that would be a JPEG or JPG, but I forgot to change that for you. But I can do all that, you know, from home. So even if I sent you the wrong format, I can fix all that after the fact. All right, so then I'm going to drop that down, and then I'm going to show you on those last two. This is what the actual catalog looks like right now. I'm going to go to my actual website, which, by the way, is vanzantauctions.com. All right, I am going to go to my own website, and this stuff that I sent you is the training stuff on the week that's gone past. So again, this is just training, but let's go in and let's see. We're going to look at the existing auction catalog. Now, we just worked on lots 61 and 62. I'm going to look at these lots. Okay, I'm going to jump to lot 61, and I'm going to show you what the end result looks like to give you an idea. Okay, so here we go. Lot 61 is the one that we just worked on, okay? And as you can see, let's scroll in for you a little bit. As you can see, you can't hardly tell there, but see how the picture is cropped? And it says that the title is Miscellaneous Window Blinds Lot. This part has to be short because I've only got maybe 5 or 6 words or it'll cut you off. You have more room down here. Don't worry about all the other code. I add that in later. But what we did need to write is that it's mixed condition. And then we could have written blinds and rod. Obviously, you can't see it very well in there, but let's go to the next slide. You'll also notice that 62 in the catalog doesn't come right after 61 sometimes because we add in other lots. You can ignore all that. What we're looking for here is lot 62. Okay, so here we go. 62. So that was the new loom area rug. Now, as you can see, the girls went and found a beautiful stock image of it. They found out that it was a 7x10 blue, vintage rug. But because they must have gone back and found the UPC code. But if you can't see it, there's nothing you can do about that. So don't worry about that. Okay, so then I want to show you the next picture. You'll recognize this one. Here it is. Now that's the stock image. Notice that it's cropped with all the other stuff out of the way. We can see that it's lot 62. I can tell by the pink that it's new. Please ignore that. That's Irina who checked it in. So you'll have to learn to kind of see what their initials are. It's a bit of a trick, I know. But again, it's a Sophia collection, size 7x10, blue rug. And because it's pink, it's new. All right. Now let's go and look at see if I can get out of this. Now let's go on and look at our next lot. Our next lot will be 63. So we have to scroll past this and get to 63. Or excuse me, 62 in this case. So there was the rug we were just working on. Okay, and again, anytime you see letters after the numbers, those are things we added in after the fact. All you're concerned with right now is 62, 63, 64, 65. But just to show you on this, as you can see, in this case, we had multiple pictures. So this would have been -2, -3, -4. You'll only be concerned usually with -2. But if you do see more than one, you could go -2 and -3 because we have to line them up. I wanted this one to be the first. So that would be, let's pretend or let's say that was lot 62 MD. This would be 62 MD, 62 MD-2, 62 MD-3, 62 MD-4. That lines them up how I want them to be. I always want my prettiest picture first, and most of the numbers that you're renumbering here are the ugly pictures of it sitting on our shelf, which is why they become -2. All right, so let's scoot on. What we're looking for now is lot 63. Okay, here it is. So this is a 14-inch heavy black steel bed frame in twin. To get this image, my staff would have had to find the UPC code. I noticed that we couldn't see it on this box. Now let me show you. This is the one that you will be working with. Okay, and I'll go back and show you. Now, the UPC code should be right here, but unfortunately, the girls chopped it off in the picture. But don't worry, not your problem. We will get better at doing that. So you and I go back to where we were working, okay? I'm going to go and look at my images, and I'm going to go look at lot 63's image. Okay, so lot 63's image. All right, so what do we know? This NBD means new box damage. All right, that's new box damage. And it's pink, so that means it's new box damage. This, again, is just the initials of the person that checked it in, and I will start having them make sure that it's way over in the corner so as not to confuse you. So this image, let's go back out, and let's see. If we were going to crop it, we would do this, okay, down here to there, okay, so that they can't say there was anything else. And then in this case, we would save it as And in this case, we would save it as 63-2. It's just lot 63, but it's the uglier of the two pictures, so it's going to be in the second position. Again, down here is the UPC, but in this case, let's just go back to my spreadsheet, back to my Google Sheet. Oh, no, baby. Sorry, remember that I'm learning how to teach this as well. Okay, let's look at my Google Sheet. And as you can see, they wrote 63, which was the 14-inch black heavy steel bed frame. So going back to look at that image, you can see that it does say that it's a 14-inch heavy-duty black steel slat bed frame. Now, because you can't see the UPC, they must have gone back and looked and found it, which is okay. If you really wanted to find one, let's go find out real quick. If we were in Google, this is tough, guys, I'm sorry. Just to show you. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a messy training video. I really apologize. But just so you can see that right here, that MS18D, I'm just curious. If I wrote down MS18D 1102205, if I went to Google and typed in mainstays MS18D 1102205, just out of curiosity, would it come up? It would. See that? So the model number is there, and in many cases the UPC will be there. But that means that the girls went on to this, they got that picture, and they made that picture the first image. It's taken a while to come up, but there you go. So I know that's a long way around, but so now let me get back to the data. Okay, so once again, if we were doing lot 63, okay, I could even do, going back here. All right. Now, that's a little bit long, but I could do this. Steel bed frame, twin size. Okay. And then if I go back and look at my image, it will remind me, okay, that it is black. It's a twin. I can tell it's pink, new, with box damage. Now remember, the customers will not know what NBD means. You've got to tell them it's new with box damage. Now, let's just say I wanted to. Let's pretend that this was a UPC, or that you couldn't find a UPC, but you wanted to add it. I could write there MS18D 1102205, and I could put that was the model number. Okay, so there we go. So that's 63. Then I'm going to come back here, and again, if I was going to crop it, I'd, it's not going to be a huge deal, but I'd probably dump that, and there you go. That would be my crop. Again, it would become 63-2. All right, I'm just going to cancel that for right now. Okay, whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to scroll down here, and we're going to get to lot 64. Okay, first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to rotate this. All right, so what it looks to me like they did was took you a close-up of this yellow tag. I'm going to explain this a little bit better here. I'm going to zoom in on this yellow tag. I'm sorry, guys. Try that again. I'm going to zoom in on this yellow tag. See the UPC code there? Okay. So I'm going to scroll down right here, and I'm going to go right now to 1905 1721 317. And then I'm going to go to the next image. Click down. How do I go to the next image? Sorry, guys. Okay, so here I was there. See if I can go down to the next image. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to zoom in here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to zoom in here. I swear this does get easier. But so what do we know? This is a red motion sensor trash can, 13.2 gallon. All right. Also, I'm looking to see that? I'm looking to see if I could see the UPC anywhere that matches it. And it's weird. I really can't. It's a little bit confusing. But so here's what I do know. What I do know is that this is lot 64. And again, you can have that pre-written. Then, what else do I know? I know it's a motion sensor trash can. All right. Now, I want to put here that it's 13.2 gallon size. It is red. And then I need to zoom in here because I need to see the condition. That's important. The condition always goes on the second line, not in the title. Okay. So it's new with box damage. That's NBD. And it's tested and works, and the color is red. So again, pink means it's new. But we're going to tell them, hey, it's new, but the box is damaged. New with box damage, tested and works, red. So we are going to write here, new with box damage, comma, tested and works. Again, on this line, you can use more words. This one could be longer. It's just this one that has to be short. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 words max. This has to be a short title, but this one can be much longer with no problem. You could go on to say 13.2 gallon size, red, by mainstays, new with box damage, tested and works. This one has a lot more room. Now, then I wrote the UPC number. Now, just to show you why we do that, I'm going to copy this real quick, and I'm going to go back to my favorite UPC finder. Sometimes you can just put it into Google, and you don't have to. I'm just showing you why. Okay, so Google doesn't know what the heck I'm talking about. So I'm going to go to my favorite, which is, come on, baby, come on, the UPC item database.com. This is my favorite one. I'm going to add that UPC and see if it recognizes it. Okay, the reason that it doesn't recognize it, unfortunately, is because those yellow tags from Walmart often drop the last digit, which is very annoying. But my girls will know how to go and put that same code into the validator. And usually if I do that, it will tell you that the code that I'm looking for is 5. Okay, so if the code that I'm looking for is 5, now this is interesting. What this one came up as is that it's the bed frame, and that was the lot before. So, we go back here. I no longer need this model number, okay? Again, also another thing that's good that this happens. See that? When that weird thing comes up, one way you can get rid of it is you go to, let me make this large for a second, okay? You're going to go to Format, Format Cells, Number. I always like numbers with no decimals, and it changes that weird code into the right UPC. See how we had every piece of information but that last digit, and you just saw how I found it. But I was wrong. It was not the UPC to the trash can. I'm going to delete that. Now I know that was the UPC for the bed frame. That's how they got that stock image. They must have gone back to the rug and gotten the UPC out the box, which is okay. If you can't see it in the picture, you don't have to add it. And on this one, it was a mixed lot with more than one item, so they didn't put a UPC on it, and that's fine. We have them sometimes, and sometimes we don't. So let's go back to our lot 64, our motion sensor trash can. All right, we're going to go back here. Okay, here I go. So let me try to zoom in and see. In this case, I can almost see that it says what looks like 81995502, but I think I saw something similar on the box. So I bet it's this one, 2918-8827-888. So I'm going to try to go like this. I'm going to try to scooch this guy over and up. All right. I'm going to make you a little bit, I guess I can't make you a little bit smaller. It's a little bit tricky, you guys. I'm sorry about that. And forgive me for jumping all around here. I'm learning how to teach this myself. So again, I'd like to be able to dictate it as I write. So I'm just going to put it right here real quick. All right. I'm going to write that it's 2918 8278 88. Now that tells me immediately that something seems wrong with that number. 2918-827-888. But I could be wrong. Usually a UPC is 12 digits. This one is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I feel like something's definitely missing there. But let's find out what's going on. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to the actual place where it goes, which is right here. All right, then I'm going to copy it again. And let's just go see if the UPC item database knows what it is. UPC item database. Let's type that in. Okay, so again, it didn't know it. It's telling me that it's missing a 9 at the end. And again, you don't have to go through all of this stuff because my girls can suss that out. But let's just find out if now that I know the answer. Nope. So I'm showing you some real world examples, but as you can see, what we do for a living is tricky, but not to worry. I'm going to go back to my thing, and I know that it's a 13.2 red motion sensor garbage can. So rest assured that with the information that you wrote down, even if the UPC is wrong, my girls will be able to enter this in. And they will be able to go and find the stock image that they need. Okay? So they're going to go and most likely find a stock image. Okay? So there it is. They're probably going to, snip a picture off the screen and do it. Now let's go back and see if that's true. Let's see if they found it on the catalog. Because as you saw, we didn't know how to find it. But let's scoot ahead. Excuse me. Sorry. Let's scoot ahead and let's see if in the catalog they found it. All right. So we're looking for lot 63. I'm going to go to the next lot here. Let's see what they came up with for 63. I'm sorry, you guys. Forgive me for 64. I apologize. So as you can see, most of the time they go and get beautiful pictures. You don't need to worry about that. Beautiful, huh? Okay, 64. Now, they got the wrong color. See that? And here's another thing. Here's a mistake that they made. They didn't write that it was red. You see that? They wrote that it was a motion sensor trash can. They didn't write that it was red. So that's a little bit of a problem. Because in the thing, it says red. So, again, it's no problem. I can go into my thing. I can go and scoot, 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 scoot. Just so you see how I do what I do. This is the actual catalog, and you can see how it all comes together. And I could do this. I can go in and change this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go down, and I'm going to save that lot. All right, and then immediately back at my auction, just to show you how fast it happens and how quickly I can make changes. Here we go, back to 64. There you go, right? So now it says motion sensor red trash can. And I put that it's 13.2 gallons and the color is red. So you just watched me immediately make, fix errors, which we can do. So, all right. So going back to my spreadsheet. So again, motion sensor trash can, 13-gallon red, new with box. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that I cheated on, right? And then we're going to go back again and we're going to look at the images again. Okay, because the images are really all you'd have to work with. Okay, so there you go. If I was going to crop this one, also one of the ways we can tell that this was part of this is because they took a picture of this, then a picture of the close-up, then they went on to the next one. But again, it's going to take you a while to get used to this. And it's going to be harder for you because you're not there. Now, we're looking at this one. It doesn't need any cropping. I don't know if I already cropped it or what, but it's fine. You can't see anything other than that in the picture. You don't need to crop it if there's nothing else. So let's go on to the next one. All right, this is 65. What I'd like to do here is rotate this. Okay, while I'm at it, I will go ahead and crop it. Again, not super necessary, but what the heck. Okay. All right, and then if I was going to save it, it would be 65-2. Okay, so I would be naming it 65-2. All right, now let's talk about what it is. Click, click. And please bear in mind that I don't know where I saved the right one, but this is just for the viewer. So what do we know about this? It's a Crew Classic Video Rocker Gaming Chair. Now, that's too long of a title. So how about Video Rocker Gaming Chair? Then it has the UPC, which is very handy. It says new, no box. Now, this says DFS. DFS means dirty from shipping. You'll have to learn all of these abbreviations. And even if you write them exactly as you see them, we can go in and sort of clean them up while we're working on it. So again, new, and again, that's just the initials of the person that checked it in. So let me go here. Lot 65 is a video, video rocker gaming chair. All right. Okay. So it's Crew Classic. Crew Classic, it must be the brand. So I'm going to write here, and again, it's pink. That means it's new with, but we know it's new is pink, but it's new with no box. So I'm going to put brand is, and if you're not sure, you could just write Crew Classic, comma, new, no box, comma, 30 from shipping. And basically what that means is it's dirty. It got dirty on the truckload because it was shipped without a box. Now, notice this. What I always do is put the good news first. New, no box, dirty from shipping. I don't want to write dirty from shipping, no box, and then new. I like the good news, then the bad news. So again, new, no box, dirty from shipping. If you did want to write Crew Classic in the title, you could do it this way. Video Rocker Gaming Chair by Crew Classic. And we're going to find out right now if that, but see, it's only allowed to have a certain amount of characters. And that one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It may or may not fit. It's a little bit long, I think, but if it chopped it off, at least it would be chopping off this. So see how that looks a little bit too long for me? Having said that, I put everything that I needed to in this line because I could go on with 2 more sentences here and it won't matter. I have lots more room here. Just to show you what I mean by that, let me get you back to my catalog. See how the title is short, but the descriptions, and I type in a lot of this, don't worry. But this, you could have gone on for plenty of words and it would have been fine. So it's the title that needs to be short. So now going back to the picture. Here it is. Now, I do have the UPC on this one, so I'm going to write 6410 2099 1598. That's good. Now, what that does is when you're all done and you send back the information, that gives our girls, our staff, a chance to do what they do. And what they do is go to UPC item database, type in a UPC, and there you go. So this is the actual image of the actual item. So I could go in and, crop a picture of that, put it into the catalog, and let's see, in this case, oh, I'm sorry, guys, to be jumping around this much. In this case, let's jump to lot. I don't remember if that was 64 or 65. Let me look real quick. It is lot 65. So I'm going to jump to lot 65, and I'm going to see if they did find the stock photo. Okay, see that? They did. So they found the beautiful picture, and they named it 65, or sometimes 65-1. But if you go in and look at this thing, that's that. There's the picture. Now, you'll notice on this, they didn't really crop it. There's nothing else that anybody could really think was there. So, and again, they got that nice picture because they had the UPC. So it's important that if you are able to, you write that down. All right, let's go to the next. The next, excuse me, never mind. The next one. I'm going to scroll down. 66. Now, what the heck is this? I can see that it's 66. I can see whatever it is red. I don't need to crop it because it's already pretty well cropped. So let me just zoom in and find out. Now I can see that it's pink. Okay, that means it's new. So I'm going to look at Sunbrella Canvas Outdoor Chair Cushion. It's new. Obviously, it's red and it's dirty from shipping. You can see that there's no UPC information here, right? So we're just going to go with what we have. And again, so I'm going to go type that it is lot 66. It is a Sunbrella outdoor chair cushion. I got rid of the word canvas because I was afraid I'd run out of room. That's only four words, so it probably would be fine. So let's go with Sunbrella canvas. And see, that's 5 words. 5 words will be all right. Sunbrella canvas outdoor chair cushion. Now I'm going to write, excuse me, I'm going to write new, comma, red, comma, shipping. All right. And I'm probably going to tell the staff that this tape that they did here, unless they taped it 2 ways, that might leave tape residue on the person's items. So I'll have to kind of temper that. But again, there's no UPC, so not much we can do there. Now, we know that the next one we're going to do is going to be 67. And again, we could, just do this. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. All right. So let's go look at 67. Sorry, guys. I'm not very good at this, am I? Okay. Let's go to 67. Bam. All right. I'm going to zoom in on him. First thing I know I need to do with him is I need to rotate him. Okay. If I was going to crop him, it would look like this. It's not super important, but obviously, as you can see, it looks nicer if you do. Don't cut off your words so that they can still read that stuff, okay? Now, just to show you, this means NPD means new package damage. NBD is new box damage, new package damage. You can use either one. Is fine. They were saying it's a $40 retail, but they also took the liberty of chopping off the UPC for you, right? So if I was going to save this, as you know, it would be 67-2. I'm going to go back real quick to the actual image, and I'm going to zoom in, okay, for a couple of things. It's a Jensen portable stereo compact disc player with AM/FM radio. So I'm probably going to call this a Jensen portable stereo disc CD player. All right, so I'm going to go back here. I know it's lot 67, and I'm going to put Jensen, that's the brand, portable stereo CD player. All right. Then I'm going to put that it is new with package damage. Then I'm going to write this 077283 964 930. All right. So just to show you why I did that, let's go see. Thumbs up in my little world here. If I was in the UPC item database, so in this case, let's just go see if it shows up in Google. There it is, right? If I looked at images, there it is, right? There's the picture. So the gals could have gotten a stock photo off of it. Ta-da! And then if I wasn't sure, sometimes you can't find it in Google, but sometimes you can find it in the UPC item database, and vice versa. Sometimes you can find it in, only one of the places or the other. So again, here that shows. This scrolls down. Not only does it show me where it's being sold, it shows the prices. Let's look at it at Walmart. Is it really $74 at Walmart? No. Okay, it's $40. So we priced it right. Notice that we had written that it was $40. So we were accurate right there. So there you go. The girls could have a stock photo. There you go. Thanks to that UPC. All right. So let's go back and let's look at lot 68. Back to my photos here. All right. Let's see what's going on with lot 68. All right. So 68. If I was going to crop it, I would rename it as 68-2. Boom, boom. All right. It says privacy mesh fabric screen. If you needed more room, you could do this. Zoom in. Okay. So again, we know it's lot 68. It's privacy mesh fabric screen fence with grommets. And it's a 6x25 size. And again, we know that it's new. So privacy mesh fabric, screen mesh. So it's a fabric screen front, privacy mesh fabric screen fence. All right. So here I'm going to go here. Privacy mesh fabric screen fence. That's my 5 words, right? Now I'm going to put here that it is new with grommets, so they know how to hang it up. 6x25 feet. Now, I don't know the UPC here, so I'm not going to write the UPC. And again, if I was going to do this picture, it would be 68-2. Let's go back and see what they wrote, just to see how well we're doing with what actually made the catalog. All right, so first of all, I'm going to look in my Google Sheets. They wrote privacy mesh fabric screen 6 feet by 25 feet. They wrote that it was new. On the little CD, so they wrote the stereo description a little bit differently than I would have, but again, they wrote new. They didn't write package damage here, and that's okay. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but we do tell everyone that they need to expect package damage, okay? And then I wrote the UPC because I had it. In this case, I didn't have it. But if the girls wanted to, they could take your description that you just wrote Let's go back and look at the one that we just wrote because ours is better. Haha. Okay. Bam, bam. If they took that to Google, they could go and look. See that? We saw that it was black, right? They could very easily, there it is, 6 by 25 feet. Look at that. They could go right in. Sorry for the delay here. Okay, and they could take that as a stock photo. Looks nice, right? So let's go back and look at what the actual auction looks like. We are going to jump to lot 66. Okay, so in this case, they probably figured that the canvas outdoor chair cushion wasn't worth getting a fancy picture. We didn't have enough information. We didn't know how large it was. We didn't know if it had a pattern. It's just risky, so they didn't. Let's see what they did on lot 67. Excuse me, in this case, let me jump to lot 67. But see how beautiful some of our pictures are? So again, they'll use your data to find that. And again, on this one, they couldn't find the UPC, but they could find the Walmart stock number. So they used that to make this beautiful photo. All right, so let's jump to 67, and let's see if they found that beautiful picture of privacy fencing. Sorry, there was their cute little stereo. There was the stock image, and then there was the picture that you used. See that? And again, notice that they didn't crop it because they didn't figure that they needed to. You don't always have to crop it. You don't need to do it just because to do it. It would have looked even better if they would have made it tied up, but usually this is the front-running picture, so you don't always have to worry about it. Especially if it's a $10 item, you know, or if it's a curtain or a puzzle. It's just there's not that much money in it. It's not that big of a deal. But, so let's jump to lot 68, and let's see if they went and found a beautiful picture of privacy fencing. They did not. And in this case, it was only about a $30 item, but you can imagine how much nicer it would have looked if they would have had a UPC thing. And again, they could have used that to find the stock photo. All right, so let's go back and look. So that one's done. All right, so let's go back to our photos. And let's again scroll down a little bit. I'm going to scroll a few down. So what they did here for some reason is notice that there's two pictures. You don't need to do both. You can just do one and let the other one fall by the wayside. All right, so let's look at good old lot 69. Okay, so 69 is a rechargeable callus remover, CR900. This is a $30 retail, and it's new with package damage, and there's its UPC. Notice that sometimes the girls will put those dots between it. That's just to put a break between them. You can write it as a full number. It's just sometimes easier for us to remember if it's 7911-0252-1448. One other note is that a full UPC code is 12 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. If you've only got 11, that usually means we need to use the validator to find the last digit. If you've only got 10, it usually means a 0 goes in the front, and we still need to find the validator on the last digit, but we can get into that later. So for right now, let's pull this on up, and let's go with lot 69. We're going to say this is a rechargeable callus remover. And if you wanted, you could write CR for callus remover 900. And again, I'm getting all that from right here. Right? Then I'm looking at my sign. This is new package damage. New. And you don't have to necessarily write that all the time, but new package damage. So that if someone's giving it as a gift, they know that the box, see the little crunch on the side of the box? They're letting them know that that's there. So we do our best to tell the customers what they need to know. So we don't usually write the retail value here, okay? That's not something you need to write down. It's up to the customer to find their own retail, and retail values change. This is just for us for bookkeeping. So you need to know the new package damage and the UPC. You don't really need to know this. On their data, they sometimes write it, but the customer never sees that. You're worried about the lot number, that the picture is 69-2, that you have a title that's about 5 words, that you write down the description to the best of our ability, and then if you have it, you write down 7911-0252-1448. Excuse me, 1448. All right, now let's go see if that comes up anywhere. First I check, and again, you don't have to do all this. I'm just showing you. Let's see if... All right, there it is. So there's plenty of, things. This would have been my favorite stock photo because it's beautiful and fancy. We'll see if they put one up at all. But as you can see, that's why we have the UPC. Also, if we were looking it up in UPC item database, we could see it, and it'll also tell us what it's selling for. It's about $30. My girls are about right. It just depends on where you're buying it. See, Walmart, it's 30. So, and then there's a stock image there. Another little tip: if you wrote the same UPC twice, it actually makes it a shorter description, and it tells you the price range of what it sells for nationwide, between $20 and $40. So that's just an interesting little trick there. But if you write the same UPC twice, I don't know if you have to have that comma in there or not. Let's try it without the comma. And results comes up. So now let's go back to my auction and let's find out what they did for lot 69. So lot 69, she did go and get a cute picture, as you can see. And then there's the picture of the box. And once again, you can see they didn't crop it. There's not really any need. Nobody's going to say, oh, we thought the stereo came with it. They can't even make that out. And so no reasonable person would think that both of them came. If you wanted to crop it, you could, but you don't have to. Okay, so going back to look, so lot 69, rechargeable callus remover, new with package damage, and a UPC. Looks good. This picture would be 69-2. Why? Because this one, the one that you're not messing with, would be 69 or 69-1. So yours has to take the -2 position so that it lines up correctly in my beautiful catalog. All right, let's go back and look now at our images to see lot 70. What's going on with lot 70? Okay, what does this say? New package damage. It's a mini charger for, this is a mess, but for a MacBook Air. Also, this, guys, is a Amazon number. It's called an ASIN. It's B078S4TLYH. Obviously, that'd be very difficult for you to write down, but we'll see what we do. So again, this is new package damage. They're saying it's $36 retail. I mean, this one's a mess, but I will ask them to make it neater. Mini charger for MacBook Air 11. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go to lot 70. Okay, and then I'm going to go new package damage. And I'm going to try to write that down. I'm going to try to write B078 S4 TLYH. Chances of us getting that right are crazy, but let's just go see, just to show you what an Amazon ASIN is. Let's see what happens if I go and I put that into Google. Look at that. It came up. Okay, so it's an Amazon. Okay, it's a mini charger for a MacBook Air 11. So there it is. Now, the same thing that we probably could have done, let's say that we didn't have that number. What if we just took this description that they wrote down? And what if I went here? See, now that one's a little bit different, but if we were looking for mini charger, there you go. There's the right picture, so the girls can find it out. Now, let's go back and look in the catalog what they did. We're going to go to lot 70. Let's see what my girls did. All right, see that? They made a gorgeous little picture, all right? It's a little mini charger, and they called it mini charger for MacBook Air. They didn't write MacBook Air 11, but that was a very weird tag, so they might not have understood. And then there you go. There's that little ASIN number. And again, we just put it into Google as, that number, and you saw that it came up. So again, and then here is the photo of it on the wall. Notice that this isn't incredibly cropped. No big deal. Nobody in the world would think anything else was there. You could crop it if you wanted, but as you can see with this one, it's not hugely important. I don't mind it looking nice and big, but it's just not any big deal. So if it's pink, you can tell that it's new. In this case, that said new package damage. If you see GC, it means good condition. SOU, signs of use. LN, like new. PO, previously owned. So you'll kind of learn our abbreviations as you go along. So once again, that is the 70. I am going to save this as, big here. Okay, I'm going to save this as 264 training data entry video. Normally, I will save my stuff as a CSV, but it doesn't matter in this case. I know that you sometimes like to do CAD, so that's fine. So I'm going to save that. All right, and then I'm going to send this off to you. I'm also going to send off to you. This. As you can see, this is where I was showing you that you could enter the stuff in Google Sheets. So this would be the small title, the longer description, and the UPC if you have it, all the way down there. And then this, as you can see, is where we enter the information. Hopefully now it makes a little bit more sense. Let me just show you a few other things here, like, this one. Again, mixed condition. They're not going to have a UPC because it's a bunch of stuff. Let's see. This one may say SPT. It means successfully power tested. In fact, I'm going to write that there. SPT equals successfully power tested. Okay, and this one, DFS, is dirty from shipping. NS or N plus S is new and sealed. Okay, like new, LN, successfully power tested. It might say PT, or it might say successfully power tested. Okay, so it's successfully power tested. What that means is they powered it on and the light didn't come on. Signs of previous use, SOPU. Okay, let's see what else. That would be on there. Good condition, signs of previous use would be good condition. Signs of previous use. All right. Let's see what else I can tell you. This one might say DFS, dirty from shipping. Let's see if I can find you a dirty from shipping. Mixed condition, bin not included. New, bent, warped. Like new, most new with package damage. Some accessories are missing. So SOPU, signs of previous use. Again, N might be new. LN is like new. LN, successfully power tested. Remember, the customer won't know what that means, but if you see these abbreviations, that's how you type it out. GC, good condition, signs of previous use. Okay. I don't see one that says new, dirty from shipping. This means small stains. They wrote small, but you get the idea. Signs of previous use. Okay, and then here, that was a long title. So then they went here and wrote what the size was. Here you go. DFS. It's dirty from shipping. Sometimes it'll say things like wet from shipping. Every now and again, we get a truckload that comes in the rain, so it might say WFS, wet from shipping. That's pretty rare. But as you can see, that's some of the things. SPT, successfully power tested. All right, so I'm going to end this long video, and I'm going to send you this training data. Okay, I'm going to send you the 264 training data. I'm also going to send you the other spreadsheet that I just did. I'm going to send you the picture folder and all of these things in one giant zipped folder so that you can do this as training. Okay? Good.